We're trying.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, we are live from the beach this time. We
Can
are
you
in
guys see?
Bimini. Can you see? Let's see. Can you see ocean? Maybe a little bit.
There you go. You can see some ocean over there. So, excuse the beach cover up. I'll try and cover up more. How's everybody doing? We are in Bimini, Bahamas. This is the club. I think we told you about this. So I think it belongs to the World
Resort World
Resort World.
of Bimini. Yeah.
And Virgin rents out this whole giant section. So to say they rent out a section sounds like they've got like a 15-foot swath. But I mean,
as far
it's
as you can see in any direction, is being rented by.
You just wandered off in the middle of the sentence.
I was just looking around. I just like I still,
Welcome to my life.
I still get in awe of this place every time we come here because it's just so big. Like there's so much.
And I guess so. Like that big little house thing over there. That's for the rock stars. So they have their own. And you're not even going to come close to seeing the end over there.
There's a pool right behind us.
There's two pools.
And then there's another pool on
the
the
same
other side.
size. That's very, very, very big. So how are you guys doing? I see a couple people are on. Yay, Diane is here. I've sometimes been missing your lives at home when you cook. No, that's not bad, you.
No.
And in May, I'll be on a lot more cooking instead of popping up with windy hair in strange places. But we just wanted to kind of come in. We missed 2 ports of saying hello to you guys, which we wanted to do, but our phone internet just wouldn't do it. And that was in Roatan and Costa Maya. So we thought we were going to be able to do it in Costa Maya, and it was just like, no.
Yeah.
And then I thought, you know what? We keep talking to you from the boat, which is great. But since we have internet here, why not just go live?
Right.
It's beautiful here. It's around probably like 80 degrees tops. Yeah. There's a big wind. There's been a big wind.
Everywhere seems to have big winds.
Right? In the Bahamas, maybe that's a thing we just didn't know about. And I just got through. Cheryl was doing some work. We're going to have a video up later tonight. We just have to figure out what time it's going to go up. It's going to be on a meal we had in the test kitchen last week that we thought was fabulous. And we're going to the test kitchen tonight.
Yep.
And what I think we've talked about what we love about that is, Colleen, it's good to see you. How was I know you had a trip recently too, didn't you? How was your trip? Yeah, we're in Bimini, Bahamas at a private beach club, which sounds, it's not our private beach club. It's like Sir Richard Branson's rents it out. But so in front of us, there's this big like food place, and there's another one over there. There's like 6 little bars that you can get alcoholic or non-alcoholic.
There's one bar right behind us you can see with the little top over here.
Yeah, you can see people standing there.
Yeah. Oh, and then if we move a little bit, you can see the pool directly behind Kathy.
Oh, you can. It's a little sliver
of pool there.
Right there where I moved my arm. In between 2 chairs. But the pools are pretty big. We don't really get into the pools. They do some events, like the Happenings cast does like a performance and stuff like that, which is pretty cool.
And they bring out a bunch of floaties, and then people get on floaties, and like those big unicorn floats. And I saw one that was a big peacock earlier today. That was funny.
There's a guy who so almost every cruise, you can look on Facebook and there'll be a Facebook group for that date of sailing. And this one guy is just kind of awesome. Here, I'm going to move this so you can have a little more. Yeah, there we go. Wiggle room. And he has a Golden Girls like cover up like this that's kind of like big that covers up the suit. It's awesome. I just saw him walk by. It was everything I could do to not just squeal. And Colleen goes to Italy next month. That's going to be amazing.
My parents are going to Italy next month too.
the wind is blowing this.
It is a little bit.
So we're going live. Sorry, I do have a bathing suit on, but I feel like I'm showing more of my business. Um, the wind is showing my business.
The wind is kind of crazy, and it's been getting steadily stronger as the day goes on.
But you know, it's really nice because it's keeps you cool. There's some places in here that, like Cheryl was working, that are completely covered and super cool. Um,
It was kind of hot in there though.
yeah, it
Doesn't
was too
get as
hot.
much breeze.
I got in front of that. We didn't find the same kind. I'm like, can they see one of the?
Yeah, right
Yeah,
behind us.
we were in one of those things with like the little. I think they call them Bali beds. I saw somebody do that, but we didn't find one here this time.
Yeah, last time we got lucky and scored one of those, but this time we did not.
I'm trying.
Boo.
It's okay. And I just came over. There are actually some tables for eating, anyhow, and I found one that had a nice umbrella. And those of you who are testers for the Ninja Creamy books, I put up 2, and there'll be a few more coming out. There are going to be some experimental ones that I've made but haven't spun yet, and I'll let you know. I'll be like, winky face, taste before you decide it's okay.
Right.
But also, we'll be home in not that terribly much longer, and I'll be spinning those, so I might wait.
Yeah.
What else? So, almost every sailing from Miami of a Virgin Voyage comes to Bimini. And our first 2 times, we didn't go to Bimini. The first one, literally, the ship couldn't get to Bimini, so the water was too rough. The second time was when I wasn't feeling very well, and last week was the first time we came, and Cheryl was all like, "Yeah, I don't want to go."
I just didn't imagine it being like this. I just imagined it being like some little small area that we were going to cram in all these people off the ship, and it was going to be loud, and it was going to be full of people, and it was just not going to be any fun. But then when we got here, and it's so spread out, and it's such a large area
And
that it doesn't feel crowded at all, unless
Even-
you're at the pool.
Well,
Pools
here's
get
the thing.
crowded.
Even I think what's kind of cool about this place is you can move away from the noise, or you can move or the music or whatever's happening, or you can move towards it. So like you can hear music now, but back here it's far away. When I was trying to work where Cheryl was working, there was a speaker behind my
It
head.
was really loud over there. I had my headphones in, so I didn't even know.
Yeah, and I was steadily getting crankier and crankier, not actually realizing it's because music was behind my head. And so I moved, and then I was much happier.
Yeah.
But the pool that's furthest from us is where all the happenings cast. They dance, they sing. I think they do a conga line. They put out floats.
Yeah.
There's a float party,
Yep.
and then there's some other stuff that you can do where you're like win the beach. And so like if you're bored, if you're easily bored, they have activities, and I think they do that on the ship too. Like even
Yeah.
on a sea day, you could be watching somebody doing something from racing their freshly made art seahorses to doing
That
trivia.
That they bid
Auction.
on, that they auction off six seahorses, 6 or 8 seahorses.
And so what they are, like those cardboard
They're
cutouts you get, well, not cardboard,
the
but
wooden ones like you get at
Michael's
to
or
like paint or
Joann's.
draw on.
And you also then get a private session with the artist on board who's part of the Happenings cast. And I was like thinking, oh, maybe we'll spend $50 and get one of those, living big.
Last week they were bidding like up to $1,000 on these seahorses, and I was like, we ain't got no seahorses.
It's true. But perhaps we did spend that money on something.
You did.
So there may be tattoos that you get to see in the future. So
Happy 60th birthday.
happy 58th birthday.
This is our big birthday trip for both of us. So
Yeah,
we're having a good time.
because we kind of miss some of yours that we normally would do. Okay, CJ says I'll get cracking on those creamy recipes tomorrow. One is carrot cake and one is mango lime. And I'm trying to decide. So I did a gardenia ice cream last year. And I need to do a little research because I'm not sure if it's good to put in the book. And I think gardenia season is over now until the fall, but I'll see what I can do. You can't just buy them, so I go and pick them. But we could do something. You could do like some other wildflowers that are edible too and make an ice cream out of it.
Mhm.
Tell me what you guys think. Do you want that kind of stuff? And you're like, you're going live on the Travel Channel. Why are you asking me these things? Because my life is messy and mixed up. Travel, ice cream, it's all a part of the giant cosmic mess that is
It
my
is.
life. Oh, speaking of ice cream, we were at Gumbay and it was so good. We have a video up, and actually, I have it at the end that it should go. No, I don't. That's on the video that's coming out tonight. So when we went with Faith and Jessica, it was super fun. But they have like bibimbap, the japchae, things that we've made in Kathy's Cooking Club. They grill mushrooms, there's sauces, and you always eat with other people there. So we've made really friends. Yes, Colleen, we did get tattoos. I would show you mine, but it's under the second skin thing and it doesn't look as nice as it is, or I'd be all showing it to you. And guess what?
It's perfect.
It's a cauldron. I'll give you that clue. Clue one, cauldron.
It may have something to do with potions and powders.
It could be. There could be. Um, Seeing that is like the biggest like goal of my life that keeps getting moved. So it's this fall. Coming to you soon, probably even before the fall. It's going to be potions and powders. But first, we will do Ninja Creamy next month. Um, Rhubarb and ginger ice cream.
I never was a rhubarb fan as a kid, but that's because like kids in my neighborhood would just grab it growing and just start mowing down on it. But
We
I never liked it like that.
I had a guest recipe author who made strawberry rhubarb in the last one.
Mm.
CJ, would you mind sending me that and we'll make one? And actually, CJ, since you were like recipe tester extraordinaire, and if some of you guys want to be in the Ninja Creamy testing thing, send I want to be a recipe tester or a recipe tester to Kathy Hester at gmail.com and I'll try and add you in. There's only going to be a few right now, and when I get home, there's going to be like 80 bazillion, and I'm going to be like, you have 10 days to make these. So just know that it's going to.
Before we left, the freezer was like chocked full of creamy pints.
Well, you know how it is when you're trying to do all the things. So like, I've got a fabulous chocolate lavender and lemon lavender. Like Cheryl loved it.
I did.
And she complains about me putting lavender and
I don't
stuff.
like people to put things in chocolate because it seems not right.
But it is
Not right
right
at all.
I didn't think this many people would decide to walk on. We tried to be in a very, like, not many people are over here space.
But
So sorry about that.
yeah,
And sorry to anybody who got on camera who didn't
Yeah.
think they were. Oh, and I don't think I finished. Did I finish my thoughts? CJ, if you have other flavors, especially flavors you encounter in the UK, let me know. And Connie is in Norway, right? You're in Denmark. You're in Denmark. I don't know if sorry. And if there's some cool flavors that you guys usually have there, I've got my licorice.
hmm
That has been a big request. I got the
Yep.
licorice done.
Yep.
Um, so going back all the way back to Gumbay, I'm sorry, I've been sitting here just doing stuff all day. Um, they have a swirl, which is you can either do mango or green tea. And hey,
Get on in
welcome,
there.
friend. That I like, right? Know you're happening, do your thing.
They're rock star people.
Dude, they have the fancy place where they bring you the food. It's just this little area. And actually, I will say this the rock stars, while they pay an extraordinary amount to stay in the nice suites,
They are so nice.
we have made friends with so
We
many
had
of them.
dinner with three of 3 couples that
Yeah,
were
they're just
they're
delightful.
awesome.
So I think in some other lines, people might be a little snooty about it, but people tend not to be snooty
Oh, look, I
about
got
hair.
those Costco shorts.
Welcome. Um, let's see what else we got here. We're actually going live on YouTube on the computer, which is why I can read your comments. But I kept clicking on it trying to make it show, and I'm like, oh, I'm not in eCam.
Right.
I'm like, what's going on here? Amanda says, are you trying the vegan ice cream at their regular ice cream parlor on board? Yes. They had a beet raspberry, which I may be making. They had, I missed the green machine, which was like apple and green and something.
Passion fruit was really good.
Passion fruit.
They did a strawberry, but they only did the strawberry one day, and they haven't done it since.
They do blood orange. They do some good ones. So yeah, I really do like that. Sometimes I like the ice cream at Gumbay better. Maybe it's because it's just a once a trip treat.
You like it because it's soft serve and they swirl it.
I do like that. Even though I said I was mad that there was a Ninja Creamy swirl. And you can swirl 2 flavors together. And I don't know if I'm going to do that in this book. A, because not everyone's going to have a swirl. And
but matcha mango. Matcha mango.
But I could make
I
could make a matcha mango ice cream, and I probably will. I made a blueberry matcha before. I'll make a mango. Maybe we'll put something else fun in there. We could put some optional chili powder or something. Yeah, because if you have a swirl and you want to make a swirly cone, you can do it, but you would have to have 2 pints. Spin this one, scoop half of the spun out, put the other half of the other one in there, pack it down, and then do your
That sounds
swirl.
Too complicated.
It's really it's going to be really messy too, because all that's going to start melting.
But I suspect we're going to have to try that.
I suspect there's going to have to be a picture of that for somewhere in the book. Yeah. I'm not looking forward to it, and I do not recommend that you do it either. But, because there's the tiger tail, which is orange and licorice. That's what I was thinking about swirling originally. But it may not be a clean swirl.
Yeah.
I don't know. What kind of ice cream do you guys like? What else? Do you want to know something else about Virgin Voyages, about our Bimini beach trip, anything like that? Mostly, we just wanted to come on and say, hey, we're still here. We haven't forgotten you.
We have the beautiful ocean behind us. You can kind of see little corners of it in places.
Yeah, and we may go dip our toes in there before we go back. We're going to be going back fairly soon.
Yeah, we got it all aboard in about...
Well, it's 6:30 is all aboard.
Well, we have dinner before.
Yeah, that's why I'm telling you that's not why we're going back. Either everybody's quiet or our internet is doing something funny.
It is Easter weekend.
Oh, yes, people are vacationing.
It's Easter weekend. Lots of people are on vacation. It was insane at the dock when we got off today here to come to the beach club, because one of those ferries that comes from Miami.
So it's only like a 2-hour ferry ride from Miami to Bimini, Bahamas. So you can actually, I don't know how much it costs or anything, you can buy a ferry and come on over if you're in Miami at the moment. The seagulls are like, let me get the rest of this food.
They're picking up the extras over there. But it was insane because it pulled up, and then all those people were rolling off, and they all had their luggage and stuff to go to like the resort or whatever Airbnb they're using here. And there's free trams that take you around. Like there's a tram that takes us from the dock to here, and it's about a 15-minute ride. And those people had all their luggage and stuff, so it was holding less people for them, and then people just kept coming off that thing and coming off that thing, and we ended up waiting 30 minutes, which is very unusual. Usually, like, you're in line and you're only there for like 5 minutes or something, and a cart comes by. This time we were in line 30 minutes before one came that we could get in.
But it was fine, and
Yeah, it's
everything's
not bad.
nice. Um, Here today they had a different, an additional, couple additional vegan options. Can you hear the person on the phone that's right next to us? But that's okay. Um,
This always happens.
Cassava fries with mango mustard, which was kind of cool. They had a mixed green salad with tofu and mango, which was also nice. They still had the rice and beans again, and they had the pumpkin curry that has like eggplant and green beans and things like that, and that was really good. And then they have this fruit salad that has like a passion fruit syrup, so it's kind of fancied up.
And last time we had just the beans and rice, and what else?
The
There was
pumpkin
and the
curry.
pumpkin curry. That was all they had for us the last
They
time.
had the fruit. They did have
Okay.
the fruit, but they did. Yeah, they had a couple of extra things. I felt like, unless it,
And
I'm
they were
gonna.
able to give me plain corn last time because I caught them before they did all the stuff to it. They had just brought corn out, and I was like, "Can I have a couple of those?" And they were like, "Don't you want the stuff?" And I was like, "No, I don't want the stuff. I just want the corn on the top." And they were like, "All right, you do you." I was perfectly content with it.
Yeah, and tonight we're supposed to have our final night. So we've done a back-to-back cruise. So we did the Eastern Caribbean last week, and we've done the Western Caribbean with Roatan and Costa Maya. Now Bimini and back home. We are going to go spend some time with Cheryl's parents. So we will go live from there. Cheryl will probably be doing her Monday
Monday.
motivation finally, and maybe trying to record ahead of time. So we'll have some stuff like that. Also, I should be getting up the schedule for the McDougal talks and some other things as well coming up. So get that a little further ahead. Trying to think any other housekeeping. Once we get home, we're going to go live more too, but probably even next week. So, one of the things that we're doing next week is we're going to go to Epic Universe, which is the new park of Universal Studios. Because we're pass holders, so we're getting a pass holder preview pass that we paid good money for. So,
It
lest
wasn't
you
free.
lest you think anyone's giving us stuff for free.
It is not free.
And if Universal, if you'd like to give us stuff for free, we can talk about that. But I'm already seeing that there's a bunch of vegan food there. There's some other cool stuff. So hopefully we'll get to kind of show you around. We're going to go live while we're there, and we may go live in segments because we're going to be probably using our phones to do that. And so that way we can charge one phone and go live with another phone and switch back. The plan is, and I think it's on Wednesday, right? Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday.
And I'll put up a thing about it so you guys know ahead of time. And we're probably going to go live from the time we stand in line around 11-ish, 11 or 12, through
the time they throw us out.
they close. So it's supposed to be really cool at night too. So hopefully we'll get to see all that, and hopefully that'll hold out. We are probably, I know it's Easter weekend, but hopefully most of the people will be gone by the time we go there on Tuesday or Thursday, and we can take you around some of the other, like, either Universal parks or Disney parks. But if it's a crazy hot mess,
Yeah, if it's crazy hot,
we may
we're
just
gonna
wander
bail.
around. But we'll show you whatever we're up to and doing.
Yeah, it could go either way. It's going to depend. Did people come in before Easter, or people coming in after Easter, or are people only doing the long weekend? So you don't ever really know until you get there how it played out this time.
And right now, Epic Universe is the hottest commodity.
Mhm.
So people are really trying to get in there. You can go if you have the opportunity, I think is how they're putting it, to purchase a ticket to Epic. If you stay at one of the Epic University hotels, there's 3 new hotels. There's Helios, Stella Luna, and Terra Luna, right?
I think you got to spend
Helios
to
is
$700 to get the privilege to buy a $200 ticket.
So our tickets were like 130, 140.
140, I think.
So that's why we're going to be taking it all in. But there looks like actually there's going to be more vegan food there. Um, what I'm seeing on the menus is so clearly labeled. I even have. Oh, I made a list.
She made a list.
I've been working today.
She's like, we're gonna stop and see all this stuff. She's been making lists all day long. I've been making video all day long.
Okay, here we go. So, because I made a list of some of the things. So Epic Universe has a few different portals that you go in. And so there's like Super Nintendo World, and there's a mushroom soup, a vegan mushroom soup at Toadstool Cafe. Dark Universe at Das Steakhouse, there's this vegan stuffed cabbage that looks super creepy. So if you have like if you get easily squidged out,
Yeah,
it
you
may
won't
not
want
be
that.
for you. But if you think that Halloween is fun and joyous, it
and
might
you like
be.
Halloween food, it's for you.
Yeah, it definitely
It looks like something we would have at one of our Halloween parties.
right. Um, there's also a Frankenstein pretzel that you can get with no cheese. I looked at the price on that. If we buy it, it's for you, just to show you. I thought it was really expensive for a pretzel. It was like $12 for a pretzel. In the Wizarding World, it's kind of the French ministry. Is kind of where that's going, and so there's a bunch of stuff there. There's supposed to be a ratatouille baguette sandwich. There's a vegetable cassoulet with vegan sausage, and there's a vegan croissant. There's a vegan croissant at other places in Universal Studios as well. There's an elderberry croissant that's quite delicious.
At the something Moon Bakery.
Yeah, Crescent Moon Bakery.
Crescent Moon Bakery, yeah.
Yeah. And then at Le Goblet Noir,
Goblet Noir.
There's a lentil stew that's been getting really killer reviews, and a baklava. And there's a Train Your Dragon Land, which is pretty fun. And
fun. I like that.
At the meat hall, there's a harvest salad, vegetable harvest salad, and there's.
She can't read her handwriting.
There's something else.
Vegan hip, vegan trip, vegan. I know it says vegan.
Is it soft? Is it this? No, that's not where the soft serve is. I don't know. And then Spitfire, there's a veggie bowl. And so then Celestial Park is kind of like the middle part, and it has stuff too. So I think, considering they're not even open to the public yet, that's a pretty good show for vegans.
Yeah.
And isn't it vegan? Let me make sure I'm telling you exactly the right name. I think is it veg? Oh, you're not even.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, never mind. Okay, let's see. We're on Cheryl's computer.
We keep things very differently.
Universal Orlando Vegans. And I'll give you that link. Here we go. This is a really great group to be a part of. It's free, and they post stuff. Also, if you're kind of interested in going to the Orlando parks, I think it's Veg Disney. Yeah, it's Veg Disney, and I'll give you that one too. And that, if you're watching the replay, this is in the chat. So we'll try and go back and put it in the real part too later. But in the chat, you can, as the video processes, then it'll show up again. So it could be 24 hours if you're watching the replay before it shows up. Oh, that sun's getting in our faces.
The sun it's very hot, the sun, and you're kind of sitting around it. It feels very, very hot.
Okay, let's say goodbye then. Instead of speaking of someone who's off with the fairies, that is Cheryl today. And I think that we'll go off. But you guys, we just want to say hello from Bimini, Bahamas. Let you know we're thinking about you. We're planning good, cool stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to, as soon as I'm home too, I'm going to do some more NAMA demos. You still have to.
look right between us. You can see one of those rubber ducky.
Oh, yeah, you can. Let's see. Oh,
Right
there we go. Right there.
That's a rubber ducky blow up.
That was hard conceptually for me. All right, you guys, have the very best day, and we will be talking to you really soon. In fact, if we can go live on the Bright Line, because tomorrow we get off the boat and then we're going to take the Bright Line, we'll say hello from the train, take you on our travels.
All right.
Okay, bye everybody.
See you soon.